Hi Sagittarius, welcome to the Animals Magic Shop. I'm Lisa with your weekly animal spirit message for April 10th through the 17th, 2023. And this is a one-card reading, but your animal this week may have more than one message for you. Okay, let's get started. Animal spirits and guides, what would you like Sagittarius to know this week? This is for Sagittarius, please. Please excuse the machinery noise in the background. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Well, you're the second sign this week to get moose. So your message is basically the same. You're getting a thumbs up and a big pat on the back from the spirit world for being an awesome human being. And maybe this is a much needed boost because moose is all about having some self-esteem. Now, if you've been speaking to yourself negatively in your head or about yourself to others, Moose is saying there's no need for you to do that. There's no need to minimize your abilities or your gifts. And you're being encouraged to recognize that you are absolutely good enough. You're a beautiful human being inside and out. You're worthy, you're gifted, and you are just totally awesome. So this is a really, really nice card to get, Sagittarius. It's a recognition of all of the work that you've done and all that you've accomplished. And this doesn't necessarily meet human standards for success, but it does meet spiritual standards, and that's pretty important, and that's pretty nice to hear. So give yourself a congratulations, Sagittarius, for whatever it is that you've been doing. You've been doing it really well. Now, Moose is cautioning you to also, along with recognizing and honoring your own self-esteem, to not allow others in your life to put you down. And for some of you, I'm getting that this is especially important for those who are close to you, as opposed to the occasional stranger who isn't polite or rude or whatever. So there's no need, I'm getting I'm getting there's no need to act aggressively to defend your boundaries or your right to be. You can do that in a peaceful manner and with calmness and clarity. So take that as it resonates, that those are the exact words that I got. And for some of you, or maybe one of you, this may apply to somebody who's putting you down in the job place. And it's kind of hard to set boundaries and speak up to defend yourself in certain situations, such as with your boss, so if you have a person that you work for who is less than supportive of you, who is really putting you down or bullying you or treating you just like you don't want to be treated, we'll put it that way, this might be a good week to start thinking about changing jobs, Sagittarius. And like I said, this may just be for one of you. It's, you can't always just quit like on the spot, but this might be a good week for you to consider changing jobs, because a lot of people do stay in workplace situations that are like that, Sagittarius, and it really wears on the spirit after a while. The mind, the body, the spirit, it's not healthy for you to be in that type of situation. And Sagittarius is known to be an outgoing, gregarious, friendly, charming person, and you deserve to be with people who are the same. And for others of you, this may apply to a relationship that you might be in. You don't have to act in haste, but if you've already spoken with the person, and sometimes you do have to speak with people to let them know that what they are doing is really bothering you, and just say, hey, that's hurtful when you tell me that, or that makes me feel badly, and I don't like it when you do such and such a thing. So you do have to oftentimes speak up with people, because sometimes people will just be kind of, I don't know. I don't know what's in their heads, but a lot of times if you do tell, or sometimes if you do tell a person that, what they're doing isn't acceptable to you, they will stop. So if you've already tried that with, somebody who's close to you, either in the workplace, tactfully, if it's your boss, because you don't want to get fired either, or in a relationship, if you've already spoken to the culprit about their bad behavior, their bad treatment of you, then this is a good week to start thinking of detaching yourself from this job situation or this relationship. Now, if this is one of your children, it's kind of tough to get away from your kids, so again, a lot of times speaking to somebody in a calm and peaceful way, and just matter of fact, without trying to be too emotional and trying to get too emotional about it, a lot of times people will stop, and if it's your kids, then, if you have to repeat that like 10 or 20 times, then by all means do so, because everybody deserves to be respected. Now, for others of you, we'll move off of that subject. For others of you, Moose is indicating that you have some psychic abilities that perhaps you're not recognizing. Maybe you're not aware of them, and the psychic abilities that Moose is talking about are indicated by the antlers on their head, which are seen as antennas, or kind of like a electrical or antenna connection to the upper world, the spiritual world, or to other realms. So Moose is saying, for many of you, you do have psychic abilities and perhaps you're not aware of them. This would be a good week to kind of pay attention to different things, like, if you finish other people's sentences, or you know what they're going to be saying next, or if you know who's calling on the phone before you look at your caller ID, or if you get strong feelings about, something happening, either good or bad, is start to pay attention to those things and see how those feelings or insights relate to different outcomes, And for others of you, you may be aware of your psychic abilities and perhaps you're hiding them, or are uncomfortable with them, or even fearful of them. And Moose is saying that these gifts are given to you by a higher power, by the divine, and they are indeed to be used for your own benefit and to the benefit of others, for the benefit of others. And I know that a lot of people, their spiritual upbringing, their spiritual training, their spiritual leaders discourage these types of activities. They prefer that you go through them, that you hold them as the higher authority, and them as the only means of connecting with spirit, or the angels, or a lot of spiritual paths don't believe in guides, but guardian angels, whatever. Moose is saying you don't need any go-betweens, so use your abilities. They are given to you for a reason. They're given to you to be used for the good of yourself and the good of others. So by all means, embrace them. Okay, Sagittarius, those are your messages. Very, very uplifting to see the moose. You know, the congratulations, thumbs up is to all of you, Sagittarius, without exception. You're all getting a very, very big commendation and a lot of recognition for the good things that you do on this planet. Okay, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.